What's up guys, how's it going? It's that boy Reggie here and we're back at it again with another reaction video. Today we have something scary. Hopefully it's the middle of the night for you guys and you guys are watching it with the lights off, maybe in your bed. So, just get in the mood, right? I know I have a light on, but if I could, I would turn it off. Believe me. But yeah, this is, have you heard of Hachishakusama. Have you heard of Hachishakusama? There you go, the Japanese Slenderman story. So this is by Snarled. I'll link down their channel in the description. I will also put the original video link down there as well, so you guys can go check it out. But anyway, let's check this out. Let's see how scary it is. I've never heard of this, Hachishakusama, but let's check it out.
There's something dangerous abducting children in this area. Hey, I'm Sapphire. Want to hear something scary?
That's why we're here. Hachishakusama.
You've heard of the Slenderman, but have you heard of the tall, slender woman? This next chapter is a Japanese urban legend called Hachishakusama, which means 8 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
My grandparents lived in a small village in Japan. Every summer, my parents would take me there on holiday to visit them. The last time I saw them was the summer when I was 8 years old. My grandparents were inside the house and I was playing by myself outside in the backyard. I heard a strange sound. I didn't know what it was and it was hard to figure out where it was coming from. I was looking around, searching for the source of the noise, when I noticed something on top of the tall hedges that enclosed the backyard. It was a straw hat.
Yo,
it
Luffy.
wasn't resting on the hedge, it was behind it. That's where the sound was coming from. Then the hat began to move. It stopped at a small gap in the hedge and I could see a face peering through. It was a woman, but the hedges were high, almost 8 feet tall. I was surprised.
Yo, hold on. Are we just gonna pretend that it's not Girl Luffy over here? And if you guys have seen One Piece, you guys know that in One Piece the characters are freaking tall for no reason. So you can't change my mind on this. This is female Luffy over here trying to be a creeper. Nah, I'm kidding. But real talk, if I saw that and if I was her age as a little kid, I used to be a scared cat, like real talk. So if I saw that, I wouldn't just sit there and look. I would just be out of there like real quick. No lie. Let's see what she does.
At how tall the woman was. I wondered if she was wearing stilts or some sort of huge high-heeled shoes. Then, a split second later, she walked off and the strange noise disappeared with her, fading into the distance.
Oh, that sound is creepy.
Confused, I got up and ran back into the house. My grandparents were in the kitchen drinking tea. I sat down at the table and told my grandparents what I had seen. They weren't really paying attention to me until I mentioned that distinctive sound. They both froze. Grandma's eyes grew wide and she covered her mouth with her hand. Grandpa's face became very serious and he grabbed me by the arm. "This is very important," he said, very intensely. "How tall was she?" "As tall as the garden hedge." "Where was she standing? When did this happen? What did you do? Did she see you?" I tried to answer all his questions as best as I could.
Let me talk.
He rushed out to the hallway and made a phone call. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but after he hung up, he walked out the door. "Grandma,
oh, this is
what's
creepy.
going on?"
Yo, just imagine that as a kid and then telling them this and then they're freaking out and they're not even telling you anything. Like, how would that make you feel? Come on now, this is just making me even more freaked out than I already was. Man, sometimes, communication is key here, right? I know it's a serious matter, but come on. Also, shout out to the background music because it's freaking epic. It's just really freaking groovy. I'm digging it.
"There's something dangerous abducting children in this area," she said. "We call it Hachishakusama. It takes on the appearance of an extremely tall woman and says, in a deep voice. A long time ago, it was captured by monks and they managed to confine it in a ruined building on the outskirts of the village. They trapped it using 4 jizo, small religious statues that they placed at the north, south, east, and west of the ruins so that it could not escape. but somehow it did. The last time it appeared was 15 years ago. My grandmother said that anyone who saw it was destined to die within a few days.
Oh, that is creepy, man. And you see that they pulled off the, what's it called? It's in Naruto. My anime weebs will know, right? But is that the thing they used? They basically did this for this ghost or this whatever this person or entity is, which is really cool. Maybe Naruto got that from this. Not this specifically, but you guys know what I mean. That's really cool and scary at the same time.
It all sounded so crazy.
Yep.
I wasn't sure what to believe. Just then, my grandpa came back, but with an old woman who called herself Keisan. They took me upstairs to my bedroom and began covering the windows with newspaper, with ancient runes written all over them. Keisan placed small bowls of salt in all four corners of the room and a small Buddha figure in the center.
Soon the sun will be setting, so listen carefully. You must stay in this room until 7:30 tomorrow morning. Do not open this door for any reason.
She placed
She's
the bucket
gonna
in
open
my
the door.
hands.
Not even to use the restroom.
My grandparents and Keisan left the room, and I locked the door after them. I couldn't believe what was happening. Was I really going to die in a few days? I turned on the TV to try to take my mind off everything, and eventually fell asleep. I was awakened around 1 a.m. by a tapping sound on the window. It's
Oh,
probably
this
just a
gives me
tree or
chills.
something, I told myself.
Oh,
Then came a knock on the door, and I heard my grandpa's voice. Are you okay in there? If you're scared, I can come keep you company. Hearing his voice
good.
was such a relief that without thinking, I rushed over to
I
the
knew it.
door.
she's gonna
But
open the
something
door.
didn't feel right. I looked at the bowls of salt in the room. All four of them had turned black. And then I heard the sound again. The tapping on the window continued. I knelt in front of the Buddha and began to pray. I was so terrified and caught up in my chanting that I didn't realize the sounds had stopped. I checked my watch. It was 7:30 a.m. Carefully, I opened the door and ran to my grandparents. We all got in a van and headed straight for the airport. Apparently, there were others who had escaped the grasp of Hachishakusama as long as they never stepped foot in Japan again. So 2 years ago, when my grandpa got sick,
Hold on, that's very specific. How does this all work? How do people find these things out? Right? Because I mean, okay, look. So I am a believer in this type of stuff. I really am. I've just seen some stuff. I've experienced some things myself, but I'm just curious. Like who like knows about these things? Like how do they find out about these things? How do they find out how to like combat them? How to prevent them? How do they know that they can't go back to Japan? Like how do they? Who's doing the investigations here, and how are they doing it? Because I mean, I wouldn't know, right?
he refused to let me visit him. He even left strict instructions in
Oh,
his
that's
will to
sad,
not
dude.
let
Like,
me
he's not-
attend his funeral.
He's not gonna let her go.
I couldn't believe that this creature prevented me from saying goodbye to him. So when my grandma called a few days ago to tell me she had been diagnosed with cancer, I wasn't going to let her stop me from visiting. It's been 10 years, Grandma, and nothing has happened to me. We don't even know if this thing is real. I'm not going to let it stop me from seeing you. If you say so, dear. I love you, Grandma. I'll see you soon.
That's so creepy.
Like this video if it gave you the
Ooh, okay, yeah, that was kind of creepy, man. That kind of reminds me of the La Llorona, right? I mean, have you guys seen the new one? This is basically kind of what it was, in a way. Because like she would target kids, and then, like, I don't want to spoil anything, so spoiler alert. But she would like one of the women. She hid her kid in like a room or a closet, I forgot what it was, but then she wouldn't allow him to get out, because if he did, then he was going to be taken by La Llorona. And it feels like it's about the same thing, very similar. Maybe the only difference is like La Llorona isn't 8 feet tall. I don't know, but these kind of stories are very, very interesting to me. I'm like really curious to find out more about these, and at the same time I'm scared, but I don't know. This was kind of creepy, especially the puh, Why that was the thing that she decided to say, I'm not sure. Very creepy, very interesting. Love the background music. But yeah, I mean, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell so you guys can get my notifications, and let me know, what would you do in that situation? Write it down below, or in the comments. Well, duh. You guys know what I'm talking about. This was That Boy Reggie, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.